Mark, a year ago tonight, basically this whole area was just piles of debris. You might have been able to make out Moore Medical Center standing just behind me, what was left of it. But tonight you can see the temporary facility that they've been using for the last few months. And you can also see this site where just this morning they broke ground on the new hospital, which will be completed in 2016. There are signs of progress all over this town, including Briarwood Elementary, which is just about a mile away from here. We stopped by there earlier today and we saw about 550 children, their families, their teachers and volunteers celebrating the opening of their new school, which is set to begin this school year. And the teachers told me that their goal was that they wanted this anniversary to be a positive experience for those children. And I can tell you, after seeing it firsthand, they succeeded. In the aftermath of the tornado, there are countless stories of gratitude and people helping people. And one place that you could certainly see that a lot was Southgate Baptist Church. Channel 8's Bert Momolo met up with a pastor that you first met this time last year.
Kristin, Pastor Doug Brewer is memorable for a lot of reasons. One is that when you meet him, he's got a very firm handshake.
Wow, thank you, Bert. You can tell a lot about a person by their handshake.
Yes.
So thank you very much. You know, for so many people, this storm was absolutely devastating, to say the very least. But we met one man who said that losing everything he owned was a relatively positive experience. I first met John Staccati 2 days after he climbed out of his neighbor's cellar. His co-workers at Keller Williams came to help find anything salvageable.
We just found this. He made it for his wife last year for their anniversary.
This was just the beginning of the outpouring of love, support, and selflessness that would change John's life.
If it would have been 10 years ago, I would have been hard-headed, stupid, and said, I'll clean it out myself. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I can't do that.
Maybe it's pride or just the pull yourself up by your bootstraps toughness. Either way, a year later,
When something of that magnitude happens, everybody wants to help.
they told me about the now faceless people giving their everything. A Girl Scout wanting to give away her cookie money, but no one had the heart to take it. And the volunteers who helped his neighbor find her late husband's ashes.
I never experienced that type of an outpouring of care. And I mean, it's changed me forever.
And now, take us to what used to be your home.
This was the driveway, obviously.
On the empty lot where his home of 18 years once stood, perspective on his relatively positive experience that many families weren't fortunate enough to have.
To me, the biggest thing was there were people that didn't get the chance.
We're standing just about a mile from where the children were killed in Plaza Towers Elementary. And we're just behind us. A baby died in what was once a gas station.
Excuse me. They didn't get the chance to tuck their kids in.
Today, John's family is in the middle of building a new home.
This will be John's mom's room.
It's located in Moore, near the path of the last tornado.
There is the safe room, the most important part.
I don't know how many people say, oh, you're crazy, John, you know, building right back in. I tell everybody, is there a risk, a weather risk living in Moore, Oklahoma? Absolutely. I mean, of course there is. But the reward is just as great.
And the Staccati family is one of many who is Moore strong. John had told me that all of the homes that he has sold in Moore since the tornado touched down either has a tornado shelter already or has plans to build one. Mark? In downtown Tulsa at Tulsa Police Headquarters, where officers are saying that shooting victim was also suicidal. I'm asking the question, did police officers respond in an appropriate manner? Now, just minutes after that shooting happened last night, someone sent me video of the entire thing happening. They were there, witnessing it, and they recorded it on their cell phone. More of that exclusive footage coming up in less than a minute. But first, new at 6 o'clock, Tulsa police say that Officer Gregory Douglas shot Nathan Boyd at the Quick Trip at 21st and 129th East Avenue. Boyd survived and is now recovering in a local hospital. Tonight, our team coverage begins with that exclusive video and reaction from the witness as well as Tulsa police. Crouched down in his car, his cell phone looking more steady than it felt, Michael Wheelis heard the eerily quiet scene broken up by one shot. Tell me what went through your mind when you heard that gunshot.
Right when I heard the gunshot, just because after the gunshot there wasn't much commotion, I thought that it was almost like a warning shot. And I didn't know if it was a warning shot from the police or if it was a warning shot from the suspect or whoever it was, just because afterwards it was still dead silent.
As dozens of police cars surrounded the armed man, after the shot, Wheeler said no one rushed in, leaving concern for the man lying bleeding on the pavement.
I felt better once they started talking to him and you knew that he was alive, because not in any situation like that do you want someone, to die. So the one shot was better than hearing 15, shots altogether.
After witnessing the standoff, we asked, does he think Tulsa police responded appropriately?
Yeah, it definitely felt like there was no excessive force whatsoever. When you have all of them there and how they handled the situation afterwards, I felt very safe just because there wasn't an excessive amount of shots. One person made a shot and only made it one time instead of one person made a shot and then you had 15 cops following the lead. It felt very organized. And then afterwards, the containment of the scene was very good. Just because when I was leaving, I had a hard time leaving, in my car. And then they were already roping off the scene. They were already evacuating people. So I felt like they handled the situation great.
And before that shooting happened, officials say that suspect made some threatening phone calls. Our live team coverage continues in studio with Yadami Farinas with more on these threats. Yadami. Thank you so much, Yadami. Today that we learned that there are two different types of suicide by police officer. One is basically a criminal who would rather do anything than be arrested, including die. The second is what we experienced today, what happened last night, and that is someone already having suicidal thoughts, deciding for some reason that they want the police officer to pull the trigger for them. We talked to Tulsa police about suicide today, and they say it is a very serious issue in our community. So far this year, they have already covered 83 suicides. Now, speaking to you directly, if you have ever had any suicidal thoughts or negative thoughts in that matter that might lead to suicide, no, you're not alone. There are people standing by right now ready to help you.
At First at 10, an exclusive interview with a driver accused in a deadly DUI crash. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. We reported last night on the search for second-degree murder suspect Jennifer Shriver.
That suspect is now behind bars, charged in the car wreck that killed an 8-year-old girl last October. Our cameras were rolling as she was transferred into Tulsa police custody, and she's speaking out just before getting booked into the Tulsa County Jail. Do you want to talk about what happened from your side of the story to let us know? Jennifer Shriver is charged with second-degree murder.
I don't know. I've never been in a situation like this.
Authorities say she was speeding near 4th and Yale last October when she slammed into a car carrying 3 children, killing 8-year-old Alejandra Ruiz. Would you like to say anything to the family?
I'm sorry. I did not do it on purpose.
After the accident, Shriver was taken to the hospital where authorities say test results revealed
the presence of K2 in her system.
Synthetic marijuana, a drug law enforcement says is gaining in popularity. For Shriver, her record has depth.
Because this isn't her first time through this system dealing with drug or alcohol impaired driving.
Over the years, Shriver has collected a fair share of mugshots, with 3 DUI convictions dating back to 1995. On this run-in with the law, Cherokee County Sheriff's deputies couldn't track her down to serve a warrant for this case. They've been looking for you. Did you come forward?
I'm waiting for a hit confirmation from
I didn't know they were looking for me until it was on the news. And then they knocked on the door and I went with them.
You hadn't been hiding out or?
No.
She knew she was going to get caught up in this at some point. She's just probably been waiting for that to happen.
Finally behind bars, facing a second-degree murder charge for the death of 8-year-old Alejandra.
I'm sorry it happened. I did not do it on purpose.
As for law enforcement, relief that she's finally off the streets.
We don't want it to be just a matter of time before she kills someone else.
We asked Shriver several other questions, including if she was under the influence when that car wreck happened. Because of this investigation, we were asked not to share her response.
Hometown tailgate coverage. Let's head back out to Adair, where we find Channel 8's Kristin Dickerson, Jennifer Zeppelin, and John Moss.
Hey, Yvonne, happy Friday to you. I'm with proud grandfather Bob. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm excellent.
You have the best hair I've ever seen. How do you do it?
I like it.
Super Rogan.
I believe it. What do you have here in the grill?
I've got country ribeye.
Oh, and tell me what you are out here doing with your country ribeye and who
Well,
you're
I'm
supporting.
I am supporting the 8 Air Warriors, which I have a grandson that plays for 8 Air that I'm very pleased with. Number 7, old Will Hefner. He has transparent hair.
Transparent. Really, really white hair on here.
Yes.
Well, it must run in the family. You
It
look
does.
fantastic.
It does.
Thank you, Bob. Can I steal a burger here in a little bit?
You most certainly can. Come
That's
back.
why
Now,
I
you're
like
just-
you.
You're not going to just use me and leave, are you?
No, but just for a little bit. I'm going to leave and then I'm going to come right back. Okay, we've got a group of sophomores, even some really tall 7th graders. We're going to take a walk with them. Okay, girls, you all just won like homecoming for the sophomore class. How did that happen?
Well, I don't really know. Last year we kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But this year we
even
nominated.
better.
Yeah, we nominated them in the posters and our wagon, and we won that, and then we won overall.
Well,
And
congratulations.
and we even beat the seniors.
Hey, sorry, seniors. Unsung heroes, the football trainers. Girls, what kind of nasty things do you have to do for these guys?
We scrub jerseys, all the stuff that they get on it throughout the game, the girdles. I mean, scrubbing all kinds of nasty stuff.
You mean
off
girls
these
like
jerseys.
what they wear? Like
It's like
underneath
it's
their
the pants.
pants.
Yeah.
just bring it in. Bring it in. I'm sorry for you. I'm just sorry. We're gonna leave it at that, girls. Thank you. Okay, it is warm out here. We've been wiping sweat, but seriously, this crowd is fantastic. They're so much fun.
They are, and you know what? After you had the food, we've got the treats. So here you go. That.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Tulsa State Fair. I'm doing my very best to try and make a funnel cake. Here we go. Try not to burn my fingers off. All right, this booth here has been making funnel cakes at the Tulsa State Fair for 32 years, and people are going to be lined up like crazy. Now, we're going to fast forward this through the magic of television, and in just a second, we will have this already. Oh, look at that, Gary, thank you. I have funnel cake all over the place. Okay, this is what it should look like with 32 years of experience. Again, let's compare. First try over here, 32 years experience. Very different. So people have been coming into the fair for just over an hour right now. Everyone's super excited, including...
I've been waiting for my funnel cake for 30 minutes. Oh, here it is.
It takes me a little bit. They have peanut butter frosting too if you like some.